Hey, Tara, you want some? This bitch empty.
Gabby.
Oh.
Damn, sounds like Abby's mom from the poop sock.
Oh my. Okay, you're gonna stop making her laugh. You need to do the intro.
Wait, let me close my pee door. I'm sorry.
You just hear the water. Mom, your mom just asking why there's mold from your desk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck.
Okay, I got this. I got this. Set. Shut up. Okay, why won't you let my daughter see you naked? Welcome to r/dessert, guys. Today we are doing Entitled Parents. Many of you have been asking what r/ is. It's Reddit stories, and there are many subreddits. So r/nice guys is where a guy's like, I opened the door for you. Now suck my pee-pee.
Beautifully said.
Well, r/entitled parents is, well, technically the title, where parent feels like he's entitled or she's entitled to something. Well, thank you for coming by.
Alright, shout out to Sophia for recommending this video. My home skillet, my buttermilk biscuit. This one is for you.
Shout out to my poop sock.
Okay, so the first story we're going to be reading is Why Won't You Let My Daughter See You Naked? Yep.
Okay, who wants to be EP, entitled
I'll
parent?
be entitled kid.
Jesus.
Okay.
Entitled kid doesn't even say anything.
Exactly.
Okay. Who's entitled parent?
I'll be EP. I'll be.
Okay, so Gio, you're me.
Okay, guys, are y'all ready to read?
Okay. Why won't you let my daughter see you naked? This happened at my first job at summer camp when I was 14. There were children from ages 5 through 12, but I got assigned to work with the younger kids. Because of this, I met a lot of entitled parents, but this one was by far the worst. Now meet the cast. EP, entitled parent. EK, entitled kid. Me. Okay, so this summer camp took place in health club, and every day the kids had swim time. Some parents would pay extra money for special swim lessons for their kids. Now, since some of these children were pretty young, we had to accompany them to the locker room. Since I was teaching this lesson, I took entitled kid with me into the girls' locker room. There were a few empty stalls for us to change in, so I instructed her to go change in one. For some context, these stalls didn't have a lock on them and only had shower curtains. So I take all my stuff into a stall and begin to start changing when I see entitled kid trying to open the curtain. I immediately shut it closed because I was not about to let this 5-year-old see me naked. But then the little poop tries to open the fitting room.
Please.
Okay, but then the little shit tries to open it from the other side of the curtain. I was not having it. I pushed her hand away and went back to changing my clothes. But entitled kid refuses to give up. By this time, I was almost done changing. So when she tries to peek again, I come outside and told her it was extremely rude to try and peek when someone was changing. But entitled kid refuses to take no for an answer. Entitled kid starts screaming like a banshee. She then drops to the floor and starts kicking, screaming and crying. Keep in mind that this was all wet and dirty locker room floor. At this point, some of the other swim instructors heard her and come inside. She was still screaming at the top of her lungs because entitled kid refuses to get off the floor, so another instructor literally has to drag her to the office main campus. At this point, it's been about 5 minutes and entitled kid hasn't stopped her tantrum, and it's only getting worse, so we decided to call entitled parent. Entitled kid isn't exactly the most well-behaved, so he was frequently called to camp and discuss her behavior. Keep in mind, our summer camp was located inside a popular health club, so entitled kid was disturbing many other adults. When entitled parent finally arrives, entitled kid has slightly calmed down, but is still bawling. Immediately, I approach him and try to defuse the situation.
Excuse me, sir. Are you...
Why is entitled kid crying? What did you do to her?
Sir, I was preparing EK for her swim lessons when I caught her trying to open my stall curtains 3 times. I tried to explain to her how this behavior was inappropriate and she could not open someone's stall curtain, but then she got upset.
She's just playing. Entitled kid is still very little and you're abusing her by treating her this way.
I understand that EK is still just a child, but I felt very uncomfortable in the situation. I had no other choice but to teach her that this behavior is inappropriate.
She's just playing with you. She is curious about other bodies. If you just let her look, she wouldn't be so upset. This is your fault. It's not even a big deal. You both are girls.
Sir, even though we are both girls, I have a right to privacy and I will not let EK see me naked.
At this point, EP goes batshit crazy and starts throwing sexist, racist, and homophobic slurs at me. I'm a female, POC, who looks like a stereotypical lesbian. So this is attracting a lot of attention, so my boss comes over and politely asks entitled kid and entitled parent to leave. But they refuse, but after threatening to call the cops, entitled parent and entitled kid finally leave for the day.
Oh,
Mom found the poop sock.
POC?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dios mío. Like, I'm so upset.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh.
How did you fuck up?
Okay.
Entitled dad wants me to date him. It started at McDonald's. I was sitting eating a good old cheeseburger. I'm not the prettiest 23-year-old woman you've seen, so I rarely get attention, which is kinda nice. I enjoy not worrying about being hit on. But that day was different. As stated, I was eating a burger and fries. A cute little girl walks up to me and said she liked my t-shirt, and then says,
My daddy said he could be my new mommy.
I'm taken back by this. The dude's probably around my age, not bad looking, but I'm not looking to date. I tell her thank you, and I think of course she's probably joking, so I don't pay much attention to it. Then he comes near me and says,
Can I have your number?
I respond no, that I'm sorry, but I'm not looking to date. Entitled Dad rages and says,
Why not? You're ugly. But I don't know how to. Okay, I don't know how to voice. I did that one.
okay.
Oh yeah. Why not? You're ugly anyway.
Entitled Dad rages and says,
Why not? You're ugly anyways. I just chose you because my daughter thought you was pretty. I thought homely looking girls was nice.
I laugh and just eat my cheeseburger and tell him he's not the prettiest either. The little girl starts crying because she's upset by the fight, and a manager comes by and told him to leave me alone, and I got 2 free cheeseburgers. Smiley face.
2 Reese's cheeseburgers.
2 pieces.
Fine.
I mean, compared to the others, this one was kind of mild.
Yeah.
I'm ugly and I still haven't gotten my cheeseburgers. That's all I'm saying.
Man, because you need an r/nice guy. That's all I'm saying.
It's the teacher's task to wash my son's private parts. Hi, y'all. This story did not happen to me personally, but it happened to my little sister, her teacher, and our mother. At second grade of elementary school, they went to a school camp for a week, At second grade of elementary school, they all went to a school camp for a week. There were 15 kids, all of the age of 9 and 8, and one teacher, middle-aged woman, sweet motherly type. They were hiking during the day, but slept in a dorm, and all the kids went showering every evening, so no problem should have occurred. The week passed, and they returned back to our city when rumors started coming up. One parent was furious and started to gather other parents to sign a petition to fire the teacher. Entitled Mom, EM, straight up accuses the teacher with child neglect. Of course, Entitled Mother tries to convince my mom alongside with others, but she did not succeed. Turned out she was upset because her son's PK, poor kid, did not wash his pee-pee for an entire week and got a semi-serious infection. My mom straight up asked Entitled Mom what the teacher had to do with the situation. She responded that the teacher needed to not only supervise each and every student to the shower properly, but occasionally wash the kids in case they did not know how. For Entitled Mom, it was completely normal to bathe the 9-year-old, poor kid, every day. He was incapable to do it on his own. Note, that little guy was perfectly healthy and developed. Long story short, Entitled Mom is mad at teacher for not washing her 9-year-old son's pee-pee.
Oh, whoa, can you sexually assault my child? Ooh, statutory rape.
I'll be narrator.
Okay.
I get to say I have a few disabilities. My daughter needs to see more than you.
I have a few disabilities. One is to do with my ears. If I stand still for more than a few minutes, I fall over and I can't really hear very much. The other is to do with my lungs and vocal cords, constantly trying to kill me. Because of my deafness and my inability to drive with my breathing issues, I have a disabled bus pass, which allows me to travel for free on the bus and take the priority seats. I was on my way to work one morning and the bus was unusually full. The route goes past 3 schools, so there are usually a few parents with small children. There were no seats available on this journey for some reason, and I sat in the disabled seat. EM, Entitled Mother, EK, Entitled Kid, NP, Noisy Parker, GS, Good Samaritan, and me, as me.
EK, Mummy. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny.
Mommy!
EK, Mummy, I'm tired and my feet hurt. I want to stretch them. Can I sit where that lady is?
EM looks at me like I'm a POS sitting in the disabled seat. You, get up so my daughter can sit down.
Me. I'm sorry, but I really need to sit down. I can't stand up or I'll fall over.
EM, That is just an excuse so you can get to sit down. You're in a disabled seat anyway, and you are very clearly not disabled.
NP. Yeah, there was an old person earlier who had to walk to the seat behind because you were sat there. It's so selfish when people use
Me. You were sat at the front of the bus too. If you felt so bad about the old lady having to walk, you could have given her your seat and walked yourself.
EM. Oi, I'm the one in discussion with you. Give my daughter your seat or I will tell the bus driver you are sat in the disabled seat and he will kick you off.
Me. Go ahead and tell the driver. I have a disabled bus pass and he knows it, so he won't do anything.
EK. Mommy, I'm tired. Can I have a bus pass then? I can do what I want.
EM. Well, apparently you don't even have to be disabled to get one, so why not? If this girl has one who is clearly fine, I don't see why everyone doesn't have one.
GS. Excuse me. You do know that not all disabilities are visible. Just because she isn't in a wheelchair doesn't mean there isn't anything wrong with her.
EM. Okay then, what is your disability?
Me. I really don't need to tell you that. All you need to know is that I am sat here for a reason. Your daughter cannot sit here instead of me, and I am done with this ridiculous discussion. EM continues to loudly rant to the bus about how I'm faking a disability and how selfish I am. Bus driver shouts at her to shut up or get off the bus. She eventually shut up, but her daughter complained the whole way and refused to sit in any other seat, claiming she only wanted mine because it had more leg room. I waved at them when they got off. They weren't happy.
Honestly? Wow.
This comment. I was tempted to just open my bag and show them all. Wait, is this the same person? Oh, this is okay. So the author in the comments later says, I was tempted to just open my bag and show them all the life-saving equipment I have to haul around with me whenever I leave my house. But I don't look sick, so I obviously have stolen it all.
What the hell?
And then later she put, honestly, she would have seen my breathing machine and thought it was a bomb and I wanted to kill her precious.
Oh my god.
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, watching out for our next video, which could be a spooky one. Ooh.
Oh whoa, spooky video. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, we're using the same joke twice.
Fuck, let's keep it.
なんであいつらはピンク？動物園で思ったピンク食べ物でそうなんだ実は私はたらこが大好きプラスエビカニ食べよう
EM. He stole our precious dog and we're trying to get it back.
EK screaming. I want my dog!
Boring being the same Flamingo. Oh, 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 oh. You're pretty either way.
Tingles, tingles. Tingles, tingles, tingles. Tingles, tingles, tingles.